Peace to the family. Now I did get an opportunity to see the press conference with David Benavidez and David Morrell. I'm not going to lie, it was kind of exciting, especially with the drama. To be fair, the press conference kind of reminded me of when Canelo pushed Caleb Plant and Caleb Plant slapped Canelo. Yes, Canelo fans, I know y'all saying Canelo ain't get slapped. No, I have the video footage. We have the actual pictures where Canelo face was being touched by Caleb Plant, but that's neither here nor there. But it kind of reminded me of that right there, right? So it's the drama, it's the excitement. A lot of people got excited about that. And you know, and in boxing and in sports, people love drama. Drama is what sells. That is the common denominator in order to get people pretty much excited about it. Now, the fight hasn't been really being promoted that well, so David Benavidez is going to have to do what he has to do in order to sell this fight. Because David Morrell, he barely speaks English. He only speaks Spanish, but he has kind of like a bland attitude, personality. So I really don't see him selling the fight. David Benavidez is going to have to be the one to sell the fight. And I kind of like what I did see from them pushing each other, this and that. Has to be some kind of animosity. Now, is there really beef between those two guys? To be honest with you, I really don't think so. I do think that, David Benavidez is upset because a lot of Canelo fans were saying, hey, you afraid to fight David Morrell, this and that. And David Benavidez wanted to fight Canelo, but Canelo fans pretty much don't want to see that fight at all. They keep making all types of excuses, and I get that. So David Benavidez is going to have to fight David Morrell, and now they're fighting at a higher weight, light heavyweight, and that's the weight that he probably is going to stay at. I don't see David Benavidez him or Morrell going to cruiserweight. No, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. Even though David Benavidez, I think he's big enough to make cruiserweight. I do think he's big enough to make cruiserweight, but I don't see him doing that. Now, as it relates to this fight, I don't see these guys selling a whole lot. To be fair, from a pay-per-view standpoint, I think that by the PBC making a decision to put this fight behind the paywall is doing both of these guys an injustice. But the reason why they have to do that is because both of these guys want a astronomical amount of money. The PBC doesn't have a budget from Amazon Prime, so Amazon is not giving them money to pay these fighters. They're like, hey, look, you can, use us as a distribution chain to distribute your pay-per-view, but we're not going to give you any money. That's going to have to come out of your pocket. So more than likely, they're going to get a low guarantee that Al Heyman or DeCubas or Tom Brown can afford, whatever they can come up with. Give them something like $1 million, $1.5 million, maybe $2 million a piece, maybe, I don't know. And the rest are going to have to get on the back end. Only problem with that, there's not going to be any back end because they're going to have to sell so many pay-per-views in order to get a certain amount of money. Of course, Amazon's going to get their cut. PBC going to get their cut. Well, when Tom Brown got to get his cut, whatever the case may be. So it is what it is. If they have a low overhead, and then you got to, you got to fill out the pay-per-view. The other fighters are going to have to get paid as well. So if they have a low overhead and they can get everybody to fight for the low, and then everything, and then it's all good, it's all gravy. You get what I'm saying? So I just think they're trying to sell the fight. I don't think there's any animosity, to be fair. I like it. You know me, I love the drama. I love the shit talking. I love all of that, right? Because that's a part of the sport. So I kind of like it, to be fair. But I don't think there's any really beef between those guys. Now, David Benavidez did say he don't like him. David Morrell, for whatever the reason, when David Benavidez went up to him to shake his hand, when David Morrell did not shake his hand, I think David Benavidez felt very slighted. And he felt kind of embarrassed. Hey, man, look, man, we got a fight coming up. Let's just shake hands or whatever. Now, I don't know what was going on before, the press conference. I think David Morrell said something of the sort. Maybe he felt that Benavidez was being disingenuous. Maybe he felt that Benavidez was being fake. So when he extended his hand, he like, no, this is war right now. There is no handshake. I don't want to hear that gentleman shit. It is what it is. And I think David Benavidez felt slighted. By him feeling slighted, I think that's why he got mad, gave whoever he gave his belt, and he pushed him. Now, for David Morrell, anytime you see a guy turn to the side, he has a belt on him, around his shoulder, around his arm, and he hands it to someone else, that should have told you right there what was going to happen. You get what I'm saying? You probably should have just popped off on him, caught him with a two-piece. Now I don't know if, that fight would have got canceled or not. We do know fighters have done this in the past. Really both swung on somebody before, caught a dude with a two-piece. Mike Tyson bit Lennox Lewis. You know, a whole lot of scraps happen at pre-fights and press conferences, and nothing happened. You get what I'm saying? And some fighters have done things and things have happened, you know. But you got to prepare yourself. You got pushed, then he got mad, and then I think he jumped up in the air and threw the belt. I don't know what the hell that was all about. Like, if you really wanted to smoke, you should have rushed him. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think David Morrell really wanted any smoke after he got pushed. I think David Benavidez really wanted that smoke. That's why he pushed him so aggressively. David Morrell, you know, he just jumped in the air and threw the belt. You know, again, you know, if these guys really wanted to go at each other, especially David Morrell, he really wanted to get his lick back, he would have rushed him. We got all out irate and all that stuff there. That would have sold it even more. However, they're going to put this fight behind the paywall. I don't agree with it. It's going to go quadruple wood. People will be interested in it, but because of the streaming and stuff like that, what's going on in boxing, people going to stream it. More than likely they will. I know I'm going to stream it. I'll be damned if I'm going to pay for that. Ain't no way in hell I'm paying for that. I will watch it, but I ain't paying for it. It is what it is, and I'm telling you I ain't paying for it. So it is what it is. So other than that, that's it. What do you guys think? You think it's some real beef between David Benavidez and David Morrell, or do you think they're just trying to sell a fight? Me personally, I just think they're trying to sell a fight. What say you? See you guys on the next one. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.